If you'd like to get early access to more videos like this and help decide what you'd like to see next, please consider joining the Patreon. The link is in the description. Hugh Goes Sliding by Christopher Audrey. The story of Hugh Goes Sliding tells of things that really happened many years ago on the Corris Railway at Machynlleth in mid Wales. Although Hugh and Kerr now pull their trains on another railway, there is still plenty to see at Corris, where volunteers are recreating the railway that Hugh and Kerr used to love. If you want to know more about the railway, visit the Corris Railway Museum in the old station yard at Corris, where you can see more pictures of the engines, one of the carriages, and some of the wagons they used to pull. Soon you'll be able to ride on the railway, although do not expect a ride quite as exciting as the one in the story. High in the hills of Wales, almost in the middle of it, is a slate quarry. The slate is carried from the quarry in trucks, pulled along a tramway by horses. The slate is cut and split into roofing slates, building slabs, hearthstones, and many other things. At the place where this is done, there begins a little railway called the Corris Railway. Steam engines take the finished slate along this line to a town down in the valley. From there, they go on a big railway to places all over the world. There were once 4 steam engines on the line, but 2 grew old and went away. None of the engines had names, just numbers. The other 2 engines thought names were nicer, so they called each other after their makers. Number 3 was Hugh, and number 4 was Kerr. Kerr was much younger than Hugh, but they enjoyed working together. Once, the quarry had been busy enough for 2 engines to work at once, but not now. A few trucks coupled to a passenger train was usually enough, except for on fair days. Empty trucks went up, full ones came down. The horse would take the empty trucks from the top station to the quarry, while the engine took the coaches and the passengers back down the line. The engines lived in a shed about halfway along the line. One fair day, Kerr went early to the bottom station. The weather was wet, and Hugh was glad to have an extra hour or 2 out of the rain. Then he took some empty coaches to the top station and went to find the loaded trucks. This morning there were more than usual, and there was a delay before the train could leave the top station. Hugh was worried. He always tried not to be late with this train, because he knew that some of the passengers wanted to go to other places on the big railway. He rode thankfully into the station at Corris. It had a roof over the lines, and he knew he would be sheltered from the rain for a few minutes. "Peep, peep," he whistled. "Hurry up, please, we're late." The people hurried, and Hugh was soon ready to go. Just beyond the engine shed there was a very steep hill. The men called it the bank, and it was the steepest part of the whole railway. When Kerr had passed earlier, he had scarcely disturbed the thin film of rust which had formed on top of the rails. But his passing had loosened it, and now the rain had turned the rust into a slippery sludge. Hugh didn't know this, of course. He whistled as soon as he passed the engine shed and set off down the bank. Soon he realised he was going too fast. "Steady," said his driver, and put on the brakes. But the extra slate wagons were pushing behind, and Hugh's wheels wouldn't grip on the slippery rails. His driver pulled hard on the whistle chain. "I hope the crossing is clear," he said. Hugh hoped so too. His driver tried everything he could, and Hugh was actually going more slowly now. But as they rounded the corner, whistling loudly, they saw the crossing lady hurrying to open the gates. She wasn't quite quick enough. Just in time she jumped clear, but the gate was left swinging over the line. Hugh hit it and bits of wood went everywhere. He stopped then because a piece of wood bent one of his connecting rods and it jammed. No one was hurt, but Hugh knew he could do no more work for a while. Soon Kerr came from the bottom station and took the passengers on their way. Later, men took off Hugh's bent rod and he limped back to the shed using only 1 cylinder. That cleared the line for Kerr to work the trains for the rest of the day and for several days after. Hugh was always extra careful on the bank after that, especially when it had been raining. It was better, he decided, never to take chances on hills. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the Patreon like these fine folk to help pick the next video subject, get early access to new content, and help support the channel.